How we doing today, neighbors? This is Ian with eTrailer here, and today we're going to be taking a look at and installing the Timbren off-road suspension enhancement system on our 2024 Toyota Tacoma. Let's go over a few features and then we'll do the install. Now, the Tacoma is a very popular truck. We see quite a few of them coming through the shop here and quite a few of our neighbors out on the road purchasing upgrades for their vehicle. And this is going to be a great option to replace your factory bump stop, which you can see here when removed is pretty short in comparison to our Timbren. So that's going to shorten up that axle travel, and this is going to be a great option for those off-road applications where you want to feel a little less of the jounce and the rebound coming through your rear axle. Now, this is the off-road application, as I keep mentioning. We do have some other variables of these Timbrens that you could pick from that are going to be for your towing application more so than the off-road like these are. Now, with those, you do want to make sure you use your fit guide on our website to be able to see specifically what's going to work for your vehicle when making your order. Now, these are the set that are rated for 4,800 pounds, so worth noting that they're really not meant to go beyond that weight preference. So again, if you're going to be towing, do look at those other two options that we have for the Timbrens. And just taking a look here under the vehicle, this is what they're going to look like when they are installed. So again, you can see the gap between our axle and where that previous bump stop used to be has shortened up quite a bit. Again, reducing that amount of travel that you're going to have in your suspension system. Now, I'm going to walk you through the entire process to install these on your truck. If you do happen to watch the video though and think to yourself, I don't want to try to tackle this, please do check out our dealer locator on the website. We'd be happy to help you find a trained professional in your area that can help get this set up for you. But for all those DIYers, this isn't going to be too bad. We're just removing those factory bump stops and putting these in their place. So let's go ahead and hop into it and we'll get you taken care of. Now, to be able to get everything into place, we are going to use our hitch as our lift point. That way we don't have to have the axle actually hanging and worry about how we're going to support from the frame. So from the ground, if you're going to be doing that way, just get a jack underneath the hitch, get that lifted up a little bit, and then we can adjust that as need be while we're going along. Now, the procedure on each side is going to be exactly the same. We're going to be showing it here on the driver's side, but anything we do over here, you would repeat on that passenger side. Now, our factory bump stop here, we're going to be removing that, so we're going to have a total of 3 bolts we need to remove. One here at the front, one here at the rear, and then one on the outside of the frame. So go ahead and get all those taken loose, and that'll be a 12mm socket to remove those. Now, as we're taking this loose, make sure you do retain this hardware because we're going to use this to put the bracket for the Timbrens back up there. All right, now we need to identify our hardware for this driver's side here. It's going to be marked with a sticker that says left, and then we will have a spacer, the plate that's going to go above the spacer, our bolt for each one, the nut for each one, and then on the inside of that rubber housing there is a washer that just kind of flops around. We're going to need to make sure that's lined up with the hole because that's going to help compress this to our bracket. So we're going to take our bracket and our bolt. There's going to be a slotted area where the bolt will sit, followed by our spacer, and then the plate with it facing down towards where it's going to be on the cup. Now we could take that cup, make sure you line up the washer on the inside of that. You may have to bounce that around a little bit or just take it back off, line the hole up, and then once that's lined up, we'll just hold all that together for now. Now the nut is a 14mm, and I would suggest using a little piece of toilet paper or paper towel like we're going to be doing here. Take that nut, press that down into the socket with the piece of tissue so that way it holds in place, And then we will have a number 5 hex head key, which is going to work for the bolt. So we'll hold that with the number 5 hex key. Make sure again that you've got that washer on the inside lined up. Now, as far as the nut, it does have a lock ring inside of it. That's just a little plastic end, so you want to make sure that's down in towards the inside of the socket. Otherwise, it's not going to want to go onto the stud. Hold that Allen key still. Get that first couple threads by hand just to make sure we're going on straight. And then just really crank that down until we feel everything goes snug together. And then we'll bottom that out till it's snug. And pull our socket back out here and head back under the truck. Now we can hold that up into place and use that OEM hardware we removed. We're just going to get these bottom ones lined up and a few threads in. That way we can get the one on the side of the frame rail taken care of. And with those 2 bottom ones in place, we'll go to the outside of the frame rail and do the same here. And we'll just make sure we're pressed up against the frame, just like we were with the original bump stop, and tighten that back down with a 12mm socket. Now with that driver side all tightened down, we'll hop over to the passenger side and repeat the exact same process. And that was our look at and installation of the Timbren Suspension Enhancement System for the rear of your 2024 Toyota Tacoma. My name's Ian with eTrailer, and I appreciate you watching.